to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys a whole lot for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate and thank you for all of your comments and then all of your thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a trendy cowl dress. I'm just going to the truth of the matter is the name. I'm just going to name everything like that this dress actually looks like. A trendy cowl dress. You could name it as a trendy Bubu dress, and then you could also name it as a trendy Kaftan dress. So you could see the picture up here, and that's what I'm actually going to be showing you how to cut and sew today. This dress is really simple. It is really simple, and even as a beginner, any beginner can actually pull this off in just in no time. That's what I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew today. If you are new to my channel, if this is the first time of you coming across Stylish Naija YouTube channel, please, I would appreciate if you would hit on the subscribe button if you have not done so already, and then hit on the bell on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. That's basically like the essence. Just hit on the bell, so when I load a new video you will see it. It comes on your news feed. Okay, let's get started. Okay, before I continue, my online classes for this month, the registration is ongoing, so you could see my number just scrolling through the screen. If you're interested and you want to learn off of YouTube platform for online classes, you have to register first. So you just send me a message on WhatsApp. Once you send me a message WhatsApp, I will send you the registration details, and then you know how you could register for that class. And today, so this is the beautiful fabric that I'm actually going to be making use of. It is like a satin and fabric. It's really cool and soft. It could serve as also a chiffon. That's what I'm going to be using. I'm using 2 yards of this fabric, and this fabric, because it is a sample material, the length is actually deep. It is about 60 inches. So that's what I'm making use of. 2 yards of this fabric. That's what we're going to make use of. It is really simple. So let's just get started. So I'm going to show you how to fold your fabric now in order for you to achieve the drapes on the side. So that's basically the essence of this dress. Those drapes, the drapes are really beautiful. Okay, so you see my dress, this is my 2 yards. So you see it is folded into 2. So I'm just going to turn it to the wrong side so I don't mark on the right side of the fabric. So this is my 2 yards of fabric. So this is 2 yards like this. So I'm going to turn it to this side now like this. So I've turned it over to this side. So I'm trying to get it, let it be equal. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring it like this to the center. That's to the side. So I folded now into 4, and then I'm going to place it on my table. So I folded into 4. So we're going to measure now before I continue. So I just want the camera to capture every bit of it on the table. So I'm going to be making use of the entire length and the entire width of my 2 yards. So the length that I have here based on my fabric, I have 36.5 inches. That's the length that I have. And then the width that I have 29 inches. That's the width on this side. That's on the shoulder line is 29 inches. And then the length that I have is 36.5. That's what I'm going to be making use of. For the shoulder part, I'm not going to be stitching the shoulder. So it's just going to run that way. So I'll show you. But yours, you could decide to open it and stitch it back. But mine, I don't want to open it. So the shoulder is going to stay folded like this. So the only thing that we're going to do, this dress is really simple. The only thing I'm just going to explain before we continue. The only thing that we're going to be adding to this dress now, you see how it is folded rectangle. You notice it is not square. Square is where all the 4 parts are equal. You find that this part is longer than this part, so this is a rectangle. That's the way you will achieve that style. And then this is the top part, which is the shoulder part. On this part, I'm going to be inserting my neckline, and then my shoulder, and then the sleeve opening on this side. So once we are done, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the front piece. I'm just going to take in a little bit so that the front piece will be a little bit and shorter than the back, and then we're going to close the side. So that's just like what we're going to do. So I'm going to start marking now. So I'll bring my camera closer. Okay, so I'm going to pin my fabric together so it does not move now. Okay, now so I finished pinning my fabric together because it is a satin fabric, so it tends to move a lot. The first thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to measure my shoulder measurement, my actual shoulder measurement. You know, I told you that I'm using the entire width, which is 29 inches. That's what I'm making use of for the drape, so it drops properly. If you are using 3 yards of fabric, you have more volume on the side, so it tends to, the more the fabric, the more drape it drapes more. So I'm going to measure my shoulder measurements now. And for the shoulder, for this dress, I'm actually making use of 16 inches. My actual shoulder is 14, but I'm adding 2 inches to it. So I'm going to use 18. Sorry, I'm going to use 16, which is 8 inches. This is my shoulder measurement. I'm going to be stopping here. So next thing I'm going to do, this is the shoulder line. I'm just ruling it out so it will be obvious for you to see, so you understand what I'm trying to do. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mark out the neckline. So the neckline, I don't want it to be too big so it doesn't fall off my body. Since this is a satin, I'm going to make use of 3 yards, the width. Sorry, I said 3 yards. I'm going to make use of 3 inches actually. I don't want the neckline to be too wide. I don't want it to fall off. I'll make use of 3 inches. This is 3 inches. And then the depth of the neckline that I'm going to make use of, I'm going to make use of a neckline depth of about 4.5 inches. So this is my 4.5 inches. I'm going to just give it a good curve, like right now, like this, a good curve. So I'll pull it closer for you to see. So this is it, and then I'm going to cut it out, the back and the front. I'm cutting everything the same. So you know, I told you, I said I'm not opening the shoulder part. I'm not going to open it. So we're going to continue now. The next thing I'm going to do, this is my shoulder point. The next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to create the sleeve opening where I want the opening to be, and the opening is just going to be immediately after my shoulder line. That was why I measured out my shoulder measurements from this point. So I'm going to take my tape like this, and from my shoulder line I'm going to create the sleeve opening. So you could create sleeve opening based on your round and sleeve and measurement. You could actually use your round sleeve measurement to do that. And my round sleeve measurement is actually 10 inches. So I'm going to add about 2 inches to it. So I'm going to do 6 inches for my sleeve opening. So this is 6 inches. Well, I'm just going to create a straight line right here. I'll pull it for you to see. I'm creating like a straight line. I don't want to cut it out so much. So it's just like a straight line to this point. So here's what I'm going to cut out. It's really simple. Like I said, the dress is really simple. I'm just going to cut out just tiny inch, like 1/4 of an inch. That's what I'm taking out from this point. So I've cut out my sleeve opening now on this part. So this is going to be my sleeve opening. So we are literally done for this dress. So you see the sleeve opening. I use 6 inches for myself, so you could use your own applicable measurement. I'm going to pull it up like this so your camera can capture it. I'm going to reduce the front part of this dress. I just want to reduce the front part, so I could pick any part to use as the front. So I'm going to pick this inner part because my fabric, you know, this satin fabric, it is not I'm just going to pick any part like this, so that I'm going to reduce that part. I'll use that part as the front. I'm just going to create like a curve like this. You understand? So for this part, you are just going to determine how much height you want it to be. So for this, I'm going to use about 4 inches. This is 4 inches. So from this 4 inches, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make a slant like this. So I'll pull it as I go along. I'm just going to make a slant. I'm just trying to slant it, but whatever you do, this part, that's this ending part, you make sure you are not taking out anything from that part. So the slant is just going to come, and it's going to still end here because the sides, the both sides, they have to be the same. So I hope you understand what I did. I'm just trying to make you to see it properly. So here's what I did. This is how I'm trying to reduce it. This is the side. I'm just taking it from this point like this, and then I'm going to slant it. So you could take it however high you want it to be. You could make it higher. You know, mine, I actually used 4 inches. I used 4 inches from this point. You could make it really high. So I'm going to cut out this part now. So this is going to be my front piece. It's just going to be a little bit higher than the back piece. Okay, so we're done with our dress. We are done with our dress. So the side, I'm not touching the side. I'm not trimming anything out from the side. So this is the side. Now I'm going to open it up now to take out my pin so you see it properly, and then we are going to stitch. I'll show you how to stitch it. It's really easy. Any beginner, like I normally say, go to the market, follow this tutorial, buy a fabric and try this out. Try it out for yourself, and you could rock it to anywhere you want to. So this is how you are going to. So this is my sleeve opening now. I'm just going to keep them together with pins. So you see, because it is a satin, you see how open it is, even though I used 3 inches. So I'm going to pin this side. I'm just trying to pin them to hold them together. So we're done. So you see the drop already. So I hope you could see the drop already from this point. It's really simple. What we are going to do now, I'm going to take it to the machine now, and then I'm going to stitch. I'm going to close the side up. I'm going to close the side up. You close it from the inside, not the outside. You're going to close it from the wrong side. You close it in. You're just going to take like this, and then I'm going to use like 1/4 inch. I'm going to give it a straight stitch on the side. That's just literally what is done to this dress. And then on this other side also. So I'm just loving the dress already. The drape is already forming. And then this one also on this side. This is the other side. So you see the front piece that I was talking about, and then you stitch this part. And then your neckline, you could decide to do your neckline however you want to. You could use a bias binding to close up your neckline, or you use facing. And then the sleeve also, I'm going to use bias to turn the sleeve also. That's this sleeve opening. I'll just turn it with bias so it will be neat. So I'm just going to do that and show you the finished dress. Okay guys, so at the end of the day, so you could see how our dress looked like, our cowl dress. So it came out beautifully well. So I just want you to see this. You could see the drapes on the side. So you see the drapes on the side. It came out very beautifully well. So at the end of the day, you know, I actually used 2 yards of fabric. If you want this part to get to the down part, so I would advise you make use of 3 yards of fabric. So when you want to make use of 3 yards of fabric, the drapes are going to flow to the floor. So thank you so much. If you find this video illustration helpful, I would appreciate if you hit on the like button to make me know you appreciate what I actually did with this video. So thank you so much guys. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.